California taxpayers are now beginning to receive direct deposits for an extra tax refund for amounts of up to $1,050 due to a budget surplus, resulting in the creation of what is known as the middle class tax refund. Due to a budget surplus and something known as the GAN limit, the state of California is required to return a certain amount of that surplus directly to the taxpayers, which has resulted in the creation of this additional tax refund in California. Some are referring to this as the California gas rebate, and some are referring to it as an additional California stimulus check. However, these terms are not necessarily accurate, as the final proposal of this rebate was named the middle class tax refund. I'm going to explain everything that you need to know about this California tax refund, and you can view the timestamp menu down below to skip to the section that has the particular information that you need. First, the middle class tax refund is being operated by the California Franchise Tax Board. Now, this tax refund is based on filing your 2020 California state income taxes. In order to be eligible to receive this refund, you must have filed your 2020 state tax return by October 15th, 2021. You must not have been claimed as a dependent in the 2020 tax year. You must have been a California resident for 6 months or more of the 2020 tax year, and you must currently be a California state resident on the date that the payment is issued. Qualification and amount is based on your California state adjusted gross income. In order to locate what your California adjusted gross income was, you are going to pull up your 2020 tax form. On line 17 of Form 540, you will be able to locate what your California AGI was. The amount that you receive is going to depend on your California adjusted gross income level on your 2020 tax return and whether or not you have dependents. Married or RDP filing jointly are shown here. Head of household or qualifying widow or widower are shown here. And singled or married RDP filing separately amounts are shown here. Californians will receive your payment by either direct deposit or debit card. Direct deposit payments will be made to eligible taxpayers who e-filed their 2020 California tax return and received their tax refund by direct deposit. If you do not qualify to receive a direct deposit, then you will receive your payment in the mail in the form of a debit card. This applies to those of you who filed a paper return, had a balance due, received your Golden State stimulus payment by check, received your tax refund by check regardless of filing method. Additionally, you will receive a debit card and not a direct deposit if you filed your 2020 tax return by direct deposit. However, you have since changed your bank or your bank account number. Because there is no way to change your banking information on file with the Franchise Tax Board, instead, the Franchise Tax Board will send you out a debit card in the mail. For those of you who received an advance payment from your tax service provider, or if you paid your tax preparer fees using your tax refund, you will also receive a debit card and will not receive direct deposit. Next, let's talk about when you will receive your payment. For those of you who anticipate to receive a direct deposit payment, if you received Golden State Stimulus 1 or Golden State Stimulus 2 direct deposits, then you can expect your payment to be issued between October 7th and October 25th. If you did not receive a Golden State stimulus payment, then you can expect to receive your tax refund between October 28th and November 14th. For those of you who are anticipating receiving a debit card payment, the Franchise Tax Board does not list specific dates here yet, but states that those dates will be announced after October 17th and onward. These will be paid out alphabetically according to your last name. The Franchise Tax Board states that direct deposits typically occur within 3 to 5 business days from the issue date, but could vary by financial institution. For those receiving debit cards by mail, they state to allow up to 2 weeks from the issue date to receive your debit card. Unfortunately, the Franchise Tax Board does state that payments can continue up through January 2023. Many of you are going to ask if you can change your information for direct deposit and update your banking information. The answer here is that no, you cannot update your banking information. If you have changed your bank since your 2020 tax return, then you will be automatically mailed a debit card instead of that direct deposit. For those of you that have moved out of state, you will not qualify to receive this tax credit because you are not living in California at the time that the payment was made. For those of you that have moved within the state of California, you can update your mailing address so that you receive your payment by going to My FTB, or you can complete a change of address form and mail it to the Franchise Tax Board. Next, many of you may be wondering, what if I did not file 2020 income taxes, but I did file 2021 income taxes with the state of California? The answer here is that you will only be eligible to receive this tax refund if you filed California state income taxes for tax year 2020. That means that for those of you that did not file 2020 state income in California, you will not be receiving this, unfortunately. Now, many of you still may be confused as to whether or not you qualify for this, so the Franchise Tax Board has a calculator to see exactly how much you will be receiving. In order to access this, you're going to click the link in the video description down below. The calculator will walk you through a series of questions to both determine your eligibility and to calculate the amount of payment that you will receive. The next question that many of you may have is this the same or a different payment as the California gas rebate? The California gas rebate was a proposal that did not come to fruition. Instead, that California gas rebate proposal has turned into what is now known as this middle class tax refund, which has changed it from being something intended just for those who have a registered vehicle, and now instead is the middle class tax refund, which instead of focusing on who owns a vehicle, now focuses on who meets these tax requirements. If you need to contact the Franchise Tax Board, then they can be contacted at 800-542-9332. And for those of you that are frustrated at the long wait times to get through the phone line to the Franchise Tax Board, you can utilize a service called Claimer to get through quickly. However, this unfortunately does charge you a fee. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments down below if you anticipate that you will be receiving this, if you have already received it, or any questions that you may have.